It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh. Hope I did Mike Lang justice on that call, but it is true. The Penguins play at home tonight against the Seattle Kraken. Puck drop at 7. Penguins record is 27-10-5, whereas the Kraken are 13-25-4. All right, the Penguins are playing pretty fucking good recently. 17 wins over their last 19 games, winners of 6 straight. But it's a revenge game for two Seattle players, Brandon Tanev and Jared McCann. Pieces that I think most Pittsburgh fans weren't too thrilled about losing, but clearly the squad is doing just fine without them. The Seattle Kraken with them, not so much. You know it's not good when the former Penguins role player and Jared McCann, am I missing something? That he is a role player, right? I'm saying that right? I know I just watched all the highlights last year, but I don't think I'm missing anything with that. But he's leading the Kraken in both points and goals. That is not a good sign for your team. And what I'm realizing more and more with this coverage is basically every game could be considered a revenge game for someone, because that's how NHL players are. They get traded and bounce around from team to team like they're Kendall Jenner with NBA players. For this game's investments, we need some sound reasoning. So let's think this through. Number 1, we are never taking the total goals under again. 2, Crosby is on an absolute scoring streak, 6 goals in the last 5 games. Number 3, Malkin hasn't scored in the last 3, so he's due. Gensel also hasn't scored in the last 3, so he's due as well. And finally, the last time these teams played, the Pens won 6-1. Goals by Carter, Crosby, Gensel, and Heineken. So as I do the calculations in my head, we're for sure taking Pens money line, but we need to add some stuff to that. How about instead of the total goals under, we take Seattle Kraken goals under? We'll do something light like under 3.5. Nothing too crazy, but the Penguins defense did play better last game against the Coyotes, holding them to minimal shots throughout the game. But here's where it gets dicey, and this is why I absolutely hate betting hockey. It's like throwing darts at a dartboard. Just let me parlay some damn points. But no, it has to be goals, so we will do it. We will play by these betting apps rules. For Crosby, obviously on a hot streak, 6 goals in the last 5, but is it too good to be true for him to continue that? So I think we stay away there. The 2 guys that are due, we got Gensel with 2 goals against Seattle last time they played, and he's scoreless in the last 3, whereas Malkin didn't face Seattle and is also scoreless in the last 3. So who's more due? It's obviously Malkin. So let's do that. Gino with the goal. Fuck it. No, that doesn't feel right. Crosby keeps the streak going. And you know what? With Ben retiring today, it'll be a sign of respect from one Pittsburgh legend to another from the same era. So we'll be investing $7.87 to get you a payout of almost $25. Additional Penguins news. Yesterday they signed forward Jeff Carter to a 2-year extension, $3.125 million per season. He was set to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason, and in my opinion, this deal was an absolute no-brainer. Jeff Carter's playing his best hockey in the last 5 or 6 years, and I thought it was an underrated move at the time, and it continues to pay off dividends for the Penguins. And weirdly enough, I wouldn't worry too much about his age, because sometimes age has the reverse effect for hockey players. Like Yager made an all-star team at 43. Way back in the early Crosby-Malkin era, we traded for dudes like Mark Recchi and Bill Guerin, who put up points for us and help us win games. So I wouldn't worry as much about his age being 37, because he is a talented goal scorer. Those guys are tough to find, playing some of his best hockey, and the contract isn't anything crazy. So good move for both sides, in my opinion. Also a good sign for bringing the band back together. You don't sign Carter without bringing Malkin and Letang back as well, right? That is it for Big Deke News. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay chillin' and peace.